it's maxing out the boost gauge, which goes to 20 pounds. So what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It was super nice out. Now it's super cold out. Next week it's supposed to pick up being nice again, but not that one, but these. I got another shipment from Prismatic Powders. They shipped me, I got some alien silver, and instead of shattered glass clear coat, I went with the baby Rockstar, which I don't know if you can see this. I did this turbo housing in it, the alien silver, which has a little more sparkle to it than slick silver, and then the Jamaican teal like normal. And then I went with the baby Rockstar instead of shattered glass. I think it's more, well, it's less shiny as far as the whole thing sparkly, and it's every now and then. So I think the light just kind of catches it better. So that's kind of the deal we're looking at here. I have decided to do something, and I have mixed feelings about it, but I think it's the right thing to do for right now. This turbo is a beast, and it's awesome. It's running good. It has power, but it needs more fuel. That's just it. It needs bigger injectors to run that kind of turbo, and it's just running out of fuel is the truth. And I don't want to buy injectors yet and go that route. So I'm choosing to stick the previous turbo I had on there, which is still decent, and did a good job. So I went ahead and powdered it the color Jamaican teal that I plan on powder coating the charge pipes. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm saving this turbo for another build potentially that I will be doing down the road here. So I'm not getting rid of the turbo. It's staying, but it probably will be going back on a Cummins motor. Just kind of hint that out, but so yeah, that's staying, but for this particular truck and application, I'm going to this one, which is, I believe, it's bigger than a 20G. This is what I had on there. This is a 20G turbo, came off of a Subaru. So anyways, it's bigger than that. This is bigger than this one, sorry. So we're gonna go back with this one. It ran really good, and it actually sounded better, I think, if I remember correctly, than this one does, because this one sounds good, amazing, in fact, when you build up, about 25-30 pounds of boost. I mean, it sounds sick on a Cummins. However, the most we ever got out of this was 20 pounds, and that was only in like third gear. when you were cruising at high speeds. So we could never get that kind of, we never could build enough boost to get into the really good sound of that. Whereas this one, if I remember correctly, it winds up really good. You hear the whistle of the turbo really loud, and it just all around spooled up quicker and was better. So some people kind of told me that this turbo wasn't gonna do very well, and I guess they were kind of right. But in my defense, I did plan on putting injectors in. However, I've just decided with this build, I'm probably not going to go that route yet. If I do, I've got a few other builds, or another build in mind that I'm thinking. So I'm going to go ahead, I think, for the summertime, or at least springtime, get the other turbo on that was running pretty good. I'm going to pull this turbo off right now, and we're going to see how this boy sits on there, and then I will need to get the downpipe welded back and probably cut this flange back off, because that flange will not work anymore. 5 minutes later, we have got the turbo disconnected. Everything is operating fine with this turbo, but we're going to go ahead and pull it off here. And just like that, we have got it off. Everything looks healthy. We're gonna see now where this turbo sits. If that will indeed work. Should be able to reuse all that, and should turn out pretty good. So everything looks good. Yeah. So let's get over to this part, which is going to be, now we're going to be swapping the drain line and the feed over to the new turbo. Alright folks, I have got everything off, the return line, the feed line. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stick this turbo back together, and this goes along with it here, but I'm going to stick this back together. My shop gets really dusty because I do a lot of powder coating in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap that up in a bag. That way it stays nice and clean, and I have no idea how long it's going to be sitting here. And as you can see with these older turbos here, the amount of dust that accumulates is crazy. So I don't want the dust getting inside and wearing out those seals any quicker than they already are. Got the drain line on here, the fitting at least, that's on there nice. The nipple that was on the Cummins turbo is a different thread pitch than this one. So I found this one. This is what was on there. We'll figure something out. Not sure yet what we're going to do with that. But we are about ready. I need to find 2 more bolts for this because the Cummins turbo had these two studs here. So I need to find something for two of the holes here. So I can't remember. Well, I just can't remember if I bought extras. But in any case, we will see. There's extra nut. Aha! There we go. Look at that. Sometimes it pays to buy more than what you think you need at the time. Make sure they'll fit. Yeah. Alright. So I will probably need to cut these down to these. Well, looks like. Yeah, I may need to cut these down to size. Possibly. I'm not sure. But in any case, we got all the bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and bolt this on. Alright, and just like that, we have the older turbo back on. Something that's a little different. Before we didn't have this spacer, but I'm keeping the spacer on just for the fact that the down pipe, when it is on, when it was down low, it was really close to the header over here and made everything kind of tight over in this area. So with this spaced up a little bit, even though we don't need it spaced up for the compressor housing, that's why we had it. This slides on and we clear the manifold by plenty. So we technically could take this off and just drop the turbo down, but then we would have a tighter issue back here, and so I don't think it looks that bad with the turbo up like that anyways. Now we will need to weld an extension onto this pipe, and it just so happens that I have a 90-degree here that will work, and it will get us very close. So that being said, we are getting very, very close to wrapping this up. I'm gonna stick the drain on, the drain line, and then I'll stick this compressor housing back on, and we should be good to go. I'm hoping that I can turn this in such a way to access all the bolts. I should be able to access all the bolts here. Without having to take the turbo off. So anyways, that should be good. I'll probably wrap it up for tonight though, and I will, next time I get a chance to roll out here, maybe tomorrow, I'm really not sure, we'll go ahead and get the rest of this done. But I'm super excited to have this littler turbo back on, and I have not run this turbo with the proper intercooler piping, so I'm expecting a big difference all around, and should be pretty cool. What is up? It is the next afternoon. I did get some of the day off today. Just worked out, so I just finished up had to weld in a new little angle here to make it fit correctly. I got the clamps all tightened down, and I did end up welding the down pipe. Got that on real quick and bolted back in. So we should be all set for a first startup and see how this thing runs. Gonna open the garage door, and I'll set this right here, and we'll see if this will start. Alright guys, I had to jump start it, but man, oh my goodness, this is insane. With this new intercooler piping and this little smaller turbo, now it builds well past 20 pounds of boost. Yeah, it's maxing out the boost gauge, which goes to 20 pounds. So it's probably going over 20 pounds of boost for sure. Man, yeah, it's pretty sweet now. So I'll take you guys for a spin real quick. I did notice that you can hear the turbo whine a lot better for whatever reason. So pretty happy about that, but much more responsive. I'll see about Alright guys, well, it was a success. This thing is running really good. I'm gonna leave it like this for a while, so that should be awesome. I do plan on powder coating the valve cover and the intake boost tubes. Not sure whenever I get up to my cousin's house, then I will, go ahead and do that, since he has a big sandblaster and mine's pretty small. Some of these parts wouldn't fit in my sandblaster, so I'm gonna wait to do that. And yeah, guys, it's running good. I'm super happy with how it turned out. I'm thinking sticking the hood back on, and get the hood back on, and then we'll be good to go. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next upload. I'm out. A little bonus footage here. You have it all finished up. I did put the filter on here. I had thought about running it like this, but this just looks way better. I did put the hood back on. If I was off-roading with this, getting super dusty, stuff like that, I would put a filter on here. And if I do take this off-roading or whatever, you know, I will slap the filter back on. But this is a two-wheel drive truck. It's lowered in the back, and there's just really no point in making it off-road or taking it off-road. However, with the hood shut now, you've got that nice, beautiful view. And here shortly, I'm going to be powder coating the valve cover and some other odds and ends that you will see when the hood is shut. I can't decide if the charge pipes do again in Jamaican teal and then the valve cover do white. The contrast might look nice. Still haven't decided on that yet, but hopefully here shortly I'll figure something out.